So we celebrate Black History Month obviously throughout the year because you do have narratives all the time that's happening within the university from global majority staff. But the event today is about us showcasing first of all the artwork, which is a part of the art history of the costumes, the photography, the people's stories. That's really important, that's on show today. But also talking about resilience and how important that is in terms of our makeup as Black people and global majority staff, and as well as talking about the narratives of mixed heritage and the experiences that they've had as well, which has been a really interesting topic to hear them share their stories and the relevance of it, and it's really important that that narrative is shared. So the focus and theme of Black History Month is about reclaiming the narrative, and every community, everyone has a narrative to reclaim, a narrative to talk about, and today is about celebrating that and showcasing that to others. So the university is a university of opportunity, and we want to, you know, embed that in our values and give people a sense of belonging when they come to university. So part of today is about celebrating those values that underpin us as a university of opportunity.
So the project, it's about bringing people together within the community, because it came to a time where I started becoming very fed up of, we always listen about the famous people doing things to help the community, but there's actually people within the community doing things, but they're not heard. And sometimes they're taken out of their pockets to help the youngsters, the men, the women, everyone in the community. So I decided to put everybody together and then bring some of my culture, which is I'm African, I'm from Angola, grew up in Portugal. And so the clothes is to represent that. So we brought a tailor from Wolverhampton that does African clothes, and the photo shoot to bring all the people looking glamorous. And then with the exhibition we had 600 pictures, but the focus was to be on the individuals with their bios, explaining who they are, where they come from, and kind of normalize our existence. We're not just the kids of immigrants, with the refugees, we're not just the people that clean the floors. There's lots of things that we contribute to the society. There's so many that we're not just the athletes. There's a lot of things that we bring to the table, and this is bringing our voices as well.
It was incredible because as we took the shots, I asked the people to tell me what they did, and then what's the why of what they did. What made it so important to them, and what transpired was the change in people's composure, how they spoke, and the passion with which they spoke about the things they do, and the variance of stories. And for me, it was, these are just normal people who happen to be Black. They could be any other race, any other nationality, but they just, one of the things is, in my head, I thought about the narratives that are told about Black people in the media. And quite often, if you're an actor or a sports person, that's a quite normal narrative to have of Black people in media. If you're a criminal, that's also quite prominent in the media. But what you don't hear are the everyday stories of normal people contributing to society, living their lives, doing everyday normal things. And I wanted to highlight that, and we wanted to honour these 19 men or women and the diversity of their stories. And that was, for me, the real value. And just being able to hear them speak about their stories with a sense of pride and passion, and just capture those moments.
I think it's always been important for me to see representation throughout my career and my journey. So that was part of my motivation really for being a part of this project, because I knew it was a chance for positive stories to be told about the community, and being able to see what the positive impacts different people are having. So yeah, being in the tech industry, I have found myself to be a minority in quite a lot of aspects. So often being like the only woman on my team, or yeah, there's not many Black people or people of colour in the spaces that I've worked. So I have sometimes questioned or wondered if that's been affected the opportunities that I've had, but I always, you know, try to be positive and just expect the best, and yeah, it has been good for me so far.
So I was delighted to be invited by the University of Wolverhampton to talk about stories. And the reason being is that Black History Month 2024, the theme is reclaiming narratives. And of course, personal storytelling is all about personal narrative. And what I wanted to talk about in my keynote speech was about resilience, because part of reclaiming these narratives is about finding stories that talk about resilience, talking about times when we've been under stress, when we've adapted to adversity, how we've psychologically responded to it, and most importantly, how we bounce back. And so part of reclaiming narratives for Black history, it's important to share stories of resilience. Black History Month is not just for Black people, it's about using those stories to educate, engage, inspire, and kind of connect different communities who perhaps have similar experiences but with unique flavors.
The one thing I will say to all institutions, don't make Black History Month a month. Normalise the inclusion of people of colour every day. So having an exhibition here is really positive. It's really great. I think what the university has put on today is really great, because what they signalled is that Black history is important, because they've taken a whole day out. The programme was amazing. Make that part of the normal culture within the university, and I think it will reap huge rewards for the university.